The history of U.S. exploration is dominated by men. But on Lewis and Clark's famous expedition to chart the American West, one woman was indispensable: Native American interpreter Sacagawea. Sacagawea was born around 1788 into the Lemhi Shoshone tribe. When she was around 12 years old, she was captured by Hidatsa warriors who arranged for her to marry Toussaint Charbonneau, a French-Canadian trapper many years her senior. When Toussaint joined Lewis and Clark's historic expedition of the Louisiana Purchase, he volunteered to bring Sacagawea with him as an interpreter. She was only around 17 and pregnant at the time. Sacagawea gave birth to a son, who she named Jean-Baptiste, just before she joined the expedition, and carried the baby with her for the duration of the journey. Early on, she proved herself invaluable by saving Lewis and Clark's papers when they fell into the Missouri River. When the expedition reached Shoshone territory, Lewis and Clark brought Sacagawea with them to translate during a trade for horses. She recognized the Shoshone chief as her long-lost brother. It was a joyous occasion, which Lewis and Clark recorded in their journals. The trip over the Rocky Mountains, however, almost doomed the expedition. When food supplies ran low, Sacagawea found and prepared roots to keep everyone going. Her presence also made it easier for the expedition to interact with other indigenous people they met along the way. During the expedition, Sacagawea developed an interest in science. When some of the party went to see a beached whale carcass, she went with them to see for herself. After 2 years and thousands of miles, Lewis and Clark's expedition finally ended in 1806. Historical records indicate that Sacagawea then moved to St. Louis. She died after giving birth in 1812. But indigenous oral traditions suggest she eventually returned to the Shoshone village where she was born and lived there until her death in 1884. What does Sacagawea's story reveal about the role of indigenous women in early U.S. expansion?